Alright, gamers, welcome back. World of Warcraft Classic Hardcore Ironman Adventures, episode 210, episode 60 on our Dwarven Paladin here. I have a ice mask on right now. I'm the Iceman. That Drake album's been really influencing me. No, I woke up from a nap not too long ago, and I was like, you know what, let me put I have this, like, cold pack kit that's, like, good for reducing facial puffiness and all that stuff, and while I was wearing it, I was like, why don't I just start the session like this? So I'm not gonna wear it for very long. It's cold as shit, man. It's so cold. Let me go ahead and pop this bad boy off. Hang on one second, guys. Alright, gamers, we are back. Last time we left off, we were in Gadgetzan. We had just started doing the Shimmering Flats in Thousand Needles, the Mirage Raceway. We have a bunch of stuff to kill out there, a bunch of materials to collect. We gathered quite a bit last night. We finished up the hardened tortoise shells. I got all the vulture bones. We got all the rocket car parts. We need some more of the salty scorpid venom, as well as we're hunting more of the basilisks, multiple types, and of course we're still looking for Iron Eye. Iron Eye would be the peak of our journey, if we could find him, and if he dropped the sword. If you haven't seen, obviously this is the weapon that we're going after on Iron Eye, Blade of the Basilisk. It's like one of Kratos' warglaives is what it looks like. It looks fucking sick. But more than anything, let's just take a look at the stats on this thing. So it's 1.9 speed, basically the same exact speed as my current sword, but it's almost double the top end damage and like 12 more on the low end damage. We would lose 5 stamina, but I would get the chance on hit to gain 33 defense for 5 seconds, which is basically just us taking less damage, right? And if I'm attacking very quickly, like with Seal of the Crusader, 1.9 would be about 1.1, 1.2. We'd basically be attacking every second. I would have such a good chance to proc this that I feel like in my mind I would have a really good uptime on this. I don't know if there's an internal cooldown on this this proc, because a lot of items that have procs like this have an internal cooldown that they don't tell you. Some will tell you, some won't. Some items will tell you, like, 5-minute cooldown, 45-second cooldown, that kind of thing. Some weapons just don't. You just kind of have to learn or look at a database or whatever, right? But made a little afternoon cup of coffee, and I got some mango pineapple juice right here. But all right, let's buff up. Fresh buffs. We still have a little bit of that priest buff from the priest and the druid that we ran into organically last night. We need a lot more of these crystal hide, saltstone crystal hides, the gazers, and what's the other one? The basilisks themselves. In total, it's 22 of these basilisks, which is kind of crazy. Need to be a little careful with these basilisks, and at most I'll pull 2 at a time, but they do have a mana burn, which is kind of gross, and I don't know, it could mess up my like if I need to heal and then all of a sudden they burn my mana. It's like I'm a little worried about that. Damn, I was hoping I would pull you. Sorry, I'm setting up a date with this girl that I'm talking to tomorrow. Let me check real quick something. $9:45. Okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out what time works best for this girl. Tahanda Ruins. Wow, what a name. All right, let's try and grab 2 of these things. I think we're more than capable enough then we need to be afraid of 2 of them. We'll tank the mana burn on 1. It deals 17% of my mana, man. Fuck. That's what I mean. I'm not so much worried about the damage that they do. I know I can heal that up with Seal of Light and, you know, Holy Light and Flash of Light, but it's more that mana burn that's just kind of nasty. They give really good experience, though. 366 plus 183, that's like 500 a kill. We did pick up more Moonberry Juice, just in case we need to stop and drink more frequently. The Crystal Gazers, they just have a chance to like root me in place and turn me into stone, I guess. Okay. 3 more of the Crystal Hides. 3 more of the Gazers. I'll take on 1 Crystal Hide and 1 Gazer at the same time. Ugh, that mana burn is so nasty. Front load my mana here. Fresh Blessing. Quickly loot in between swing timers. Let's see what the 2-handed axe is looking like damage-wise. $113. What about with Seal of Righteousness? Miss, miss, miss. And that's why it feels so bad to be 2-handed, man, sometimes. I definitely understand the appeal. We've had our days with two-handed, and sure, it felt good at the beginning of the run, but now it's kind of starting to hurt a little bit. 2-handed axe skill is 156. What's my 175 is our cap right now, so 156 is not low enough to where we should be like missing or glancing blowing a lot. We are rolling 34, 35 on the high end though. So I think how Seal of Righteousness is working, and I'm just now realizing it, which is kind of sad, I think. I think how Seal of Righteousness works is depending on the swing speed of your weapon is what you'll get as far as the low end or the high end. If you have a fast weapon that's swinging quickly, like our one-handed, you're probably going to roll 9, 10, somewhere around that range. But if you have a slow weapon, like this two-handed weapon here, you're going to roll on the high end, like 32, 33, 35, somewhere in that range. We're averaging 50 DPS without Consecrate. It's just melee swings. Come on, man. Let's try one more. I just feel like I take a lot more damage and the kill speed is roughly the same. Just when you factor in like all the misses, all the parries, all the dodges, like, and then how long it takes for me to swing every swing, like. But I am hitting hard. I do 127 plus 35 plus the 8. But there's a miss, so there's like 6 seconds of no damage coming out, really. Alright, we need one more gazer. One more geezer. That's the beauty of playing the one-handed, though, is I have, like, no fear of, like, you know, if I need to send a text back, I can just hit Shawty back up, take my eyes off the screen. I've got mana to throw heals on myself. Yeah, I say Shawty. All right, let's look for Iron Eye. Also keep our peepers out for more iron ore, probably along this back wall, and scorpids. Iron Eye is going to stick out like a sore thumb. A lot of these basilisks are like white with a light blue, I'd say like a sea blue crystal pattern on them. But Iron Eye is like a dark black gray with a kind of like a teal blue accent to him. So he's going to stick out like a sore thumb. Or he should. Let's go ahead and stop that, even though Crystal Gaze has a really low chance of hitting us. Let's put you over here just a little bit. Stay away from that gazer. It actually hit me, okay. Now it's fair. See, but I missed. Well, he missed hitting me, I should say, but. They give such good experience. 400 plus 200 unrested. 600. Oh, shit. That's such a cool little like detail, accident, that I've never really noticed before. One of the goblins' cars has just crashed into the wall. That's so cool. Damn. That's so cool. Stay close enough to the wall where we'll see any ore, but at the same time, I feel like Iron Eye has a better chance of spawning in here than he does along this strip. But I could be wrong about that. Maybe this entire strip is just the best place to find him. Oh my god, he's up. Oh my god, he's up. Okay. Lock in. We're gonna try and take him on. Here we go, gang. I'm gonna pull him kind of to the road. Please have the sword if we get to kill him. Go ahead and get a holy light out and just let the mana regen. He hits like a truck. Big crits from him. Letting the mana regen just a little more. Throw another holy light out. think I'm gonna use a potion here just to get it on cooldown. God, he crits hard too. Alright, we're 20% down. We're doing okay. I don't want to spend any of my mana on consecrates or anything like that. We're just going to whack him down. We still have bubble. We still have lay on hands. We're doing good with keeping our mana high. Keep letting it regen. It's a bit of a long fight, I know. Let that mana regen. Potion's off cooldown in a minute. I must have Hodge again. Spend the mana. I'm gonna let my mana regen here and then I'm gonna Hodge. Probably when we get to like... I don't know, right after I do my next set of heals, I'll Hodge him. Now we'll let the mana regen. We cast a fresh seal. I might have to do a fresh blessing here, but he's at roughly 50%. Just keep letting that mana regen. Once we get to about 90, he just does basic swings, so I'm not too concerned. We get stone form again. I've got my potions back up if I need them. Let's do a holy light and a flash as well. Now let's let the mana really regen here. I should have probably used Blessing of Wisdom. I'm gonna need it. It's gonna run out here soon. We'll do it next time we spend our mana. Fingers crossed, man. Please, God, give us this weapon. That would be so cool. Alright, let the mana completely regen here, as much as I can. If I need to use a potion, we will. I could use a mana potion as well, but I kind of want to use a regular potion and just let my mana regen. Hodge him right before the swing comes out. Now we'll go for a Holy Light. Didn't get to let the mana regen as much as I wanted to there, but I'm kind of messing up my mana regen here. Alright, I really need to let that mana regen. Okay, that's good. Worst case scenario, we use Holy Light or Lay on Hands, but I think we're okay. I think we've almost got him here. Paladins are so good, man. This might be the most broken like solo class in the game. Like this class is so good, bro. Miss, dodge, miss, miss, miss. Like, come on, land a hit, bro. Just hit him. 100 health left, 4%. We got this, come on. Please, 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 please give me the Blade of Basilisk, please. Please. 1,200 experience plus 600 rested experience. Please, please, please give us the weapon, please. Ah! Oh, no! No. All that for Knight's Leggings of the Whale. Oh, man. I really wanted the blade. They look pretty cool. We might actually wind up using them. We would lose 8 strength, but we would gain 2 more stamina, 10 more spirit, and a decent chunk of armor. Man, I was really, really hoping. That sucks. He's a difficult elite to take down. It took quite a while. Ah, oh, dude, imagine though. That's all right. We'll find him again, hopefully, and take him on one more time. Oh, that would have been so sick. I probably would have jumped out of my chair and popped off a little bit. We played the fight well. Until the end, I kind of started to mess up my my mana regen and when I should be casting spells and when I shouldn't. And a lot of it can come down to just like if you accidentally let Seal of Light fall off and you have to reapply it, or you mess up your abilities in the string of abilities and you don't let your mana regen at the correct times. Like there was one point there where I should have cast Blessing of Wisdom earlier when I was casting on my other spells, but I forgot to, and I had to do it in the middle of my mana regen, and it just started to like mess up my mana regen because then I took so much damage that I had to heal. So it's like then, you know, I've only got a certain amount of time before I'm gonna have to heal again. Mana regen is the name of the game when it comes to like how well can you solo things on a Paladin. It's mostly just like how well can you juggle, how well can you effectively use your mana and then like juggle regenerating it. When I'm fighting single mobs, like it's very easy for us to keep our mana high, especially if they're not elite. But Iron Eye being a rare elite, it's a little tricky. Any other class, I don't know if I can take that thing down. Maybe a mage if I kited him around. I don't know if I could on a warrior. 4,000 health is a lot of health to take down. Rogue, I'm not sure. I don't think so. Warlock, maybe if I had my pet tank and then I summoned another pet, I could just like fear him away. Yeah, Warlocks can probably also do just about anything, and I messed this combo up. Because the way that I imagine you would, you know, juggle with a Warlock is just like summon a Voidwalker, have him tank the creature, dot it up, wand, let your mana regen. When the Voidwalker dies, summon another one. Warlock's a class that I'm very excited to play in the future because I played one when I was younger. It was one of the very first classes that I played, but I know that there's like a very low floor and high skill ceiling with that class, and I'm really excited to take it on the way that we're taking on the Paladin and kind of like really fleshing out how to understand to play that class. I just know that there's going to be a lot of meat and potatoes on that. But okay, so it's about 3 p.m. today. If he has a 24-hour spawn, at 3 p.m. tomorrow, he should be up. But it could also be a 48-hour, so it could be Sunday at 3 p.m. Around 2:45, I'd say, is when he might respawn. So we know he's not going to be back up for the next at least 24 hours. But now that I know I can take him on, I feel very confident. Especially because we're about to hit level 36 soon, and that's another level closer to him. And that means I won't miss as much. One more of these Scorpid Venoms. Man, first kill if we got the blade, that would have been so sick. I don't know what the drop rate on it is. I guess I could do some research, but I was hoping it was one of his more common items that would drop. Iron Eye, the Invincible. I'm sure Wowhead has some like percentages. It's actually got the highest chance of dropping. Oh no. I got technically lucky and got a green. The blade has a 42% chance of dropping. Everything else is like 1%, 1.3%. Oh, that sucks. Ugh. Hey, there's some iron down here. Yeah, that really sucks, man. What level is the blade? Like, could I even use it right now? I could. It's level 32. Damn. Oh, my cat's at the door. Hang on 1 second. I'll be right back. Alright. Not bad. Took down the basilisk. Let's get this iron real quick. A lot of the saltstone basilisks themselves are just down here in this pit, it seems, so... $193 in our mining. Good news is a lot of these mobs out here drop really valuable gray items. Crystalline Slumber. Hopefully this isn't going to come and bite me in the ass. Couple flashes. Let the mana regen. Alright, 5 more, or sorry, 6 more actually. Next Iron Eye kill, that's the one. I can feel it. 43% and we didn't get the drop is crazy, man. If these were Stamina Spirit, you know... Or sorry, Stamina Strength, they are Stamina Spirit. If they were Stamina Strength, it'd be... I guess not the worst thing in the world. They're still not bad. I could still definitely use them and they could be good, but I would much, much rather have the Blade of Basilisk. Let the AoE and the red aura kill this one. Nice, that's the last of the Venoms. Now we just need a couple more Basilisks and we're done. One thing that's nice about Iron Eye is I think a lot of characters aren't going to take him on if they find him in hardcore. Like, Warriors probably don't want to mess with him, Rogues probably don't want to mess with him, Hunters could probably handle him safely, Paladins obviously we could, Mages might be a little dicey. It's going to be hard to kite that thing and like actually keep it rooted, you'd have to be a really good mage. In my mind, at least, I feel like that's like a pretty hard elite to handle. Hunters, warlocks, I feel like they could for sure. I feel like they're just as good as a paladin, where they can pretty much do anything in the game, except they don't have the self-healing that a paladin has. Warriors, I don't think so. Rogues, I don't think so. Mages, I don't think so. Priests, probably, but that would be hard. Priests are going to get hit really hard because they're in cloth, but they do have self-healing, and they can just like dot you up, wand, let the mana regen, heal themselves. Druids probably could, but it might be tricky. So I don't know, maybe half the cast could actually handle soloing that elite well. I feel like paladins are the best at it, specifically the way that I've built our paladin, which is just like tank paladin. 7, 8, 9, there's 3 of them. This was a waste of mana. I shouldn't have seal lighted and judged when he was that low of health. Should have just saved it for the next one. And that's 10 right there. Oh wait, no, this is 10 right here. Okay. Go ahead and just get a holy light off. There's some iron, nice. We did wind up using 2 of our greater health potions on Iron Eye, which kind of sucks, but worst case scenario, I can use mana potions on him and just heal myself more. And really, I just did it to kind of like fix the mana regen issue that I was creating for myself, but... Alright, everything done. We have, what, 5 quests to turn in here? See if I can get this node without any scorpions. 194. Little 3-piece, that's not bad. Let's run through here and see if Vile Sting is up as well. Vile Sting, not really a rare that we're after any specific item on, but he can drop a lot of different random rolled items that could be good. The chest piece we don't really care about, but any of the renegade pieces could be nice. The knight's pieces could be nice. Maybe one of these cloaks, like the archer's cloak or the twilight cape, depending on the stats on it. I feel like we saw Vile Sting on our rogue, but I might be wrong about that. And again, this rare is going to be a lot easier to track down, and by this rare I mean Iron Eye. He'll be a lot easier to like consistently come out, check for, and track down once we hit level 40 and we have our mount. And we're, at this point, 4 levels away. I mean, we're about to level up when we turn all these quests in. 4 levels is not that bad. And then we get our charger. That's exciting. I imagine the best place for him to spawn would be somewhere over here near all these other scorpions, but doesn't seem like he's up right now. The Silithid Ravager has a quest item that he can drop. Sorry, I had a sneeze. He could drop the Renegade Circlet, which that could be kind of cool, but it'd have to be pretty good stats to beat the Green Iron Helmet. It sell all this junk to the ice cream man. How much attack power do I lose putting these bad boys on? With Crusader, I'm at 500 with those on, 516 with these on. I gain 10 spirit, 2 stamina. Like, I actually don't think it's worth it. They do look cooler, though. Drip does matter. $36, 35.7 versus, sorry, that's my Discord, 36.9. I'll tell you what. Let's rock these bad boys. Mostly for the drip, but... Bill, have you been out into the flats? Did you bring back the load parts I wanted?
Whoa! Look at all that! There's some good stuff in that heap of junk. I'm sure I can pawn it off for a hefty sum. And, is that an ear I see squashed between those two sheets of metal? Ouch! Heh, I sure wouldn't want to be that pilot. Thanks, adventurer. Here's your pay.
A damn ear?
Some advice. Free of charge. If you look hard enough, you can always find profit in someone else's tragedy.
It's crazy advice to give, by the way. Salt flat venom. Hi. Did you get that venom?
Oh, right. This venom is going to work great. Thanks, adventurer. Now I just need to boil it down, apply skipper Otimer, add a negacatalyst, and drat! Where are my notes?
Where are my notes? Be careful where you put that foot of yours, mister. My brother is making progress with his new fuel design, and that has me worried. I need to start on a tortoise shell fuel tank as soon as possible. Bill, do you have those shells yet?
You got them! Thanks, adventurer! Wow, these shells are harder than I thought. When I work with them, I'll probably bend a whole box full of tools. Oh,
they give me a new set of quests when I do both of them. Encrusted tail fins.
Our rocket car is the fastest thing on the flats. So fast that I'm afraid friction is going to tear it apart. To prevent that, I need to create a composite to coat the car's moving parts. It must be hard, but not brittle, and must be resistant to salt corrosion, or time spent on the shimmering flats will eat it away. Have you heard of the Vile Reef, adventurer? It's off the coast of Stranglethorn Vale. Salt-scale murlocs live there, and their tail fins are a crucial ingredient of my composite.
We did this on our rogue. I'm confident we can eventually do that on this character.
I'm developing a new engine that'll make the car go so fast. Fast enough to fly, I know it. I just need to make pistons that can handle very, very heavy stress. All my trials have failed because I can't make pistons hard enough. But there is someone who might know how. His name is Martek the Exiled. He is a great smith and knows more about metal than anyone. Take him this letter. I know he can help, but he's far, far away. In Azeroth, in the Badlands, in a camp with a goblin. Find him.
Yeah, we know Merrick. Very good. Good, Martek. Sorry, Martek the Exiled. I'm in a jam and I need your help. My brother and I are building a race car and we need strong pistons. Nothing I try is hard enough. Nothing can hold up to our new car's speed, and so the engine breaks down constantly. You're an expert in craft. With metal, you must help. You're the only one who can. Here are the piston specifications. Length 32 WW. Width 12 WW. Weight 23.5 IBG to 25.5 IBG. Conduction 70 TC. Shear strength 98 or higher. Combobule rating super stout or higher. In the case you forgot gnomish measurements, WW whisker width IBG 80 bitty grams TC toe curls. Do you have those bones for me? I was just about to start working on lightening the steering rig, but I don't want to open her up without all the parts I need.
Great, I can get the crew working on this right away. Thanks, adventurer.
36.
Our racing team is the pride of goblins everywhere. You'd be surprised at some of the people who contribute in one way or another to our team. You know Gazlo?
Yeah, we know
He
Gazlo.
tracks down parts from around the world for us. He even came down to work on one of our rigs once. A few weeks ago, he said he'd send us a new prototype fuel regulator, but it hasn't come yet. He's usually very prompt. Maybe you wouldn't mind going to Ratchet to ask him about it? I wouldn't be so pushy, but the gnomes are gaining on us.
Right, Roy. 36 means we get another point in precision. We get some training when we go back to town. Look out for the cars.
I hope you didn't kill any of the basilisks on the tracks themselves. It takes a long time for the carcasses to decay in the sun, and I'd rather not have to take a shovel out to clean up.
Well, we did kill like one of the rare elites kind of by the road, but not in the road. Alright, now I think we're gonna head up to the High Perch Venom Sacs and we'll talk to Falfindel. Miss Daisy.
Hello.
Blow her a little kiss. Yeah, let's go up here, grab the flight path. We'll try and get as many areas explored as we run up here, and then we'll probably... It's going to take us a minute. We might have enough time to get these high perch venom sacs. We might not. If we do, we'll knock this out real quick. If not, I'll just grab the flight path, turn this quest in. We'll hearth back to Gadgetzan, and then later tonight, if I get the chance to play again, we'll go talk to Gazlo. We'll... Need to talk to Hemet again, because there is a chain here. We're, for the most part, pretty much done, but I do remember, like, the Gazlo quest and the Hemet Nessingori quest are quests that require me to, like, leave, go talk to those guys, and then they're going to give me some chains to go do some other stuff. And then eventually that'll send me back here. So I'd kind of rather get all of that done now, if I can. It's mostly just legwork, right? But we basically got like half a level to a full level out here, I want to say. Maybe it was like 80% of a level, 70% of a level, something like that. Next up, I think we're going back to Lakeshire. I might just go ahead and knock out these elite quests real quick. And then from there, we'll go to Stranglethorn. Do Panther Mastery, Tiger Mastery, Raptor Mastery. Is that the play? Yeah, I still think we want to do some of Stranglethorn before we go to South Shore, because there's quests down here too that I need to do. Not many, but there's 2 level 32s, supplies to Private Thorson, and investigate the camp. I think those are just going to send me up here. And then there's these quests up here. Jungle Secret, the Second Rebellion. There's more to this. What am I doing? The Badlands is more like high 30s, low 40s is when we'll go there. I guess I could go out there and do Northfold Manor, but one quest? Is that really what I want to go out there and do? Like, I could take on Nekrosh. Could start some of the quests in Desolus. 33, 31, 33, 35, 39, 38, 34, 39. I think for this next bit, we're going to be jumping around zones quite a bit. I think we're going to be jumping between Dustswallow Marsh, Desolace, Stranglethorn, South Shore, and the Arathi Highlands. And then eventually Badlands too. So it's like from here into the low 40s, we're going to be going between those 5 zones, I think. I think we added all the rares to our target macro. Yep. So just kind of like continually spam target and see if we pick up on any of the rares, but I'm mostly taking this path for the ore and for the exploration. These Cloud Serpents will still give me experience if I have to take them on, but I'm going to try and not, just to save time. Some gold. This is definitely a path that I'm going to want to take like multiple times when I get my charger too. Yeah, let's say I think I'm going to wind up accidentally pulling you. Let's try this. Seal the Crusader, judge it on him so he takes more holy damage. I'm going to pull that Hyena too. And then we'll do Seal of Righteousness. $195 in our mining. Just a little 2-piece. It's not terrible. Now I know this is a centaur camp. We remember this from my undead rogue, and there's a good chance that there's a decent bit of ore in here. And I think there's a cave, if I remember, somewhere around here. And in that cave there can be a good bit of ore too. Thousand Needles is one of the best places for like mid-tier ore. Tin, iron, gold, silver. There's some tin. Let's check for chests here too. This is a Gallic camp. Whenever we go to Desolace and we decide what centaur camp we're gonna defend, I think we're gonna go with the opposite camp that I did on my undead rogue. I think on the Alliance I'll choose one side, on the Horde I'll choose one side. Got more tin here. I'll have to watch the videos back and see what the name of the clan was. I think they were the I can't even remember. This is the cave. There's some iron inside. We're going in. Splinter Hoof Hold. Oh yeah. It's definitely a cave that I'm going to want to check consistently for when I need, you know, more iron. Iron is very valuable to get too. And they drop silk, they're humanoid, so I'm just going to tank this net. Not really afraid of any of these mobs. They're great to me at this point. We're 10 levels over them, but the nets are a little nasty and they do have healers, so Damn, mithril in here too. That's huge. That'll be our first stack of mithril that we can get. There might even be a chest in here. There is. Holy, this is going to be a nice cave. Yeah, this is one of those caves that you kind of want to consistently come back and check. Good bit of ore, good bit of chests. Like we said, they're humanoids, so they drop cloth, which is nice because, you know, cloth can be made into bandages, and that makes a pretty good chunk of change since we don't even really use bandages on this character. Let the AoE and red aura. Oh, he runs in fear, really? There's the chest. I think I have to sneeze again. Hang on. Okay. Tough leather shoulders. There's 4 silver right there. Just a 2-piece. That kind of sucks, but. Alright, the mithril's on the back here. Let's go for the Stormer first. First bit of mithril. 197 on our mining. Almost 200. Got some solid stone, that's nice. We're going to need a lot of that, I'm sure. Just a little 3-piece, and then the other bit of iron is over here. Kind of like heading towards the chest. Right down here in this dip, and then the chest is up there. We'll try and skim past as many of these Gallic centaurs as we can here in just a second, and then we'll run along. I'm not going to be able to get the high perch venom sacks. I'm going to have to do that later, but that's fine. I want to at least turn this quest in and get the flight path, so that way later tonight I can fly out there and we can finish up the venom sacks quest and probably be done with Thousand Needles. I'll just come back here every now and then to farm iron and gold and obviously mithril, and of course check for old iron eye. Okay, there it is. $198. It's a nice 4-piece. I think we said we get to learn artisan mining at 200, and I have to be level 35, so I should meet the requirements now to become an artisan in all of my professions. Obviously, the secondary professions, they require a little more work. Fishing, we have to talk to Nat Pagel. Cooking, we have to do that quest in Gadgetzan. And then first aid, I'm pretty sure we have to do that in Menethil. There's a guy that we talked to who said he was like the triage agent. I think he's the one that the Alliance go to get their artisan first aid. I could be wrong about that, but alright, that's everything in this cave. After this, we should be good. We can just dip out. And then we're going to run up and over to this. Try and quickly get this before this. Okay. Let's say this patrol looks like he's heading up here, but... Superior Tunic of the Monkey. Oh, and Lambent Scale Pants. Look at that. 2 greens out of 1 chest, and those look sick. A gold set. This would be great if I was on a druid or a rogue or something like that. I thought that was a rare for a second. He's dead already, lady. This is going to be annoying. They're just going to heal each other. Nice. She still got it off. Damn, my stun was just short. I don't think we're going to be replacing our current legs with these legs, the Lambent Scale legs. They look cool, but I think I'd rather have the stamina and the spirit. The spirit giving us more regen in combat and out of combat, which is just more healing, more judgments, more seals. And then, of course, I'm kind of crazy about the stamina at this point. I want to be as tanky as we can be on this guy. Some more tin. We're up to 25 gold now, about to probably be like 27 when we're done with all this. More iron. When we sell all this junk. Maybe not 27, probably more like 26, now that I'm really looking at it. There's not that much here. But we do need to smelt down the tin and the copper and stuff and make craftables, sell those craftables. We'll do all that in Gadgetzan later tonight if I get to play. What's the go-to iron pattern that I'm going to be making? I think it's just green iron leggings. They sell for 30, they only take 8 bars, they don't require anything else. The helmet requires a citrine and it sells for the same as the pants. The weapons require a lot of like rare gems and leathers. Gold bars or leathers, they do sell for a full gold, and they do give me a point in blacksmithing, but at this point the legs will also still give me a point, I imagine. I think the artisan blacksmith teacher is in Ironforge. I might be wrong about that, but... Oh no, someone fell to their death. Oh, that sucks. You gotta be very careful here. We talk about that all the time. And he was like a decent leveled character. This guy... Oh no, okay. Henrig Lonebrow's journal. You slowly open the weather journal of Henrig Lonebrow. It's actually quite a long journal. I'll take the copper. I don't really have time to read this journal right now, honestly. I've got to get ready to run soon, so I'm kind of trying to hurry and get to that flight path and then get off, but... Let's see. Day 1. My journey from Ironforge finally brings me to Kalimdor. Try and make a mental note, or I'll just add it to the macro. To do. So we did all of this in order. Read, lone browse, journal. More iron. I wonder if the Alliance have to take down this Panther. I doubt it, because the quest comes from a group of Tauren that hang out like right around here, right? So tons of iron. And of course, if we need steel, we can make steel with iron and coal. But in order to make like the glint steel dagger, you need steel. In order to make the moonsteel broadsword, you need steel. Camp Ethok. There's a chest over there. I mean, a lot of these mobs are great to me. I'll see if I can sneak in real quick and grab it. I shouldn't have to take down too many mobs. If I do. Yeah, just one Marauder. It's not bad. Save my stun for if he tries to run, which I'm betting he will. Yep. Mossa Gate, more leather. I don't really think I'm using medium leather. It's more so heavy leather that I'm looking for because I'm actually using that now. So that'll probably just get sold. But this is what I mean. Look at all this ore. Just from one path around here and then up this wall. And once we get our charger, that'll be a lot more efficient, a lot quicker. Oh, we actually take his journal up here. Okay, well, I guess we're going to have to read it real quick. Day 1, my journey from Ironforge finally brings me to Kalimdor. Prospector Kazkorm of Baelmadon is making great headway. He uncovered a fossil today, which the site scholars believe to be a bone fragment of an ancient god, Kazgorm. It's certain the fossil is part of a great mystery. While he oversees the excavation site, he's made it my quest to discover more fossils to piece together the story. My assignment, head to the south in search of more clues. 60,000 jumps. Day 2, the lands of the Barrens are vast and expansive. My trek has been long and arduous, and yet has yielded nothing of interest for the Explorers League's archives so far. So he's part of the Explorers Leagues. We know them. We've worked for them in Darnassus and Darkshore and stuff. The only incident of note took place near the Gold Road. Off in the distance, I noticed some strange creatures, half pig, half man it seemed. I quickly hid and let the foul beasts pass. My, what a foul stench they left behind. Day 3. Excuse me. Oh, great and splendid discovery. Whilst exploring today, I came across a grand find. Massive remains of what seems to have been a boar-like creature. Its skull towered many lengths above me. Each tooth of the beast could dwarf even, well, a dwarf. Due to the sheer size of the find, I am led to believe these are the remains of one of the rumored old gods. A while back at the Explorers League headquarters in Ironforge, I remember a lecture given by Chief Archaeologist Grey Whisker. The old chap made mention of such a god, one which was revered, God, I can't read today, by the strange elves of Darnassus because of his rumored altruistic nature. Bah, one moment. I hear snoring outside the tent. Surely just some thistle boars trying to get at my apple stash. Day 4. Captured. Must write quickly. Attacked by boarmen of the Razorfen tribe. Believed they were taking me to the great boar remains of the fallen god. Instead, they skirted the great fossil and headed directly west of the giant skull, across the Gold Road. Roughly dragged inside of a foul-smelling, thorn-infested bramble called Razorfen Crawl, thrown inside a crudely crafted hut and held captive along with a dying night elf. No possessions on me, save for this journal, my quill, and my pocket watch. Someone coming now. Day 5. My night elf cellmate suffers from grave wounds. The boarmen have whipped him repeatedly, and I believe he will perish before long, unless by some miracle a rescue party braves this treacherous place. He slips in and out of consciousness. When he's awake, I try to give him what little water I have. Last night he was able to speak for the first time. He's a druid called Heralath, sent to these parts to examine the rumors of the fallen boar god. In a weakened voice he told me that he believed the great boar skull to be the place where the great boar god Agamagan, I think that's how you say it. We said it on our rogue when we learned about this on the Horde side, but Agamagan fell battling the Burning Legion some 10,000 years ago during the War of the Ancients. His massive body flattened the land, and his blood sank into the earth. Twisted spires of thorns grow where his blood fell. Heralath and his people seek to discover the source of corruption at this site. Agamagan was believed to be a pure god, he told me. Why these foul creatures in malignant thorns scar the land is a mystery indeed. Before I could press for more information, Heralath slipped into fitful sleep once again. Day 6. Heralath's condition worsens. His eyes opened only once today. He spoke with pained anguish, but his message was clear. If I were to escape my doom here in Razorfen Crawl, word must be gotten to Falfindel Waywarder in Thalinar that Sharlaga Razorflank was rousing minions in the southern barrens. The power grows with each day. The crone must be stopped before the plague of corruption can spread from the crawl. Poor Heralath looks pale as bone. His fever grows worse by the minute. All the while, the boarmen are preparing for some great military action. I fear that if I do not attempt my escape soon, I will meet a similar fate to my elven cellmate. My plan is to sneak out when the boarmen leave for their next hunt. My guards are lazy and often sleep through their shifts. Once free from the crawl, I will head towards Thousand Needles and then west to Thalinar, on the border of the mysterious forest of Feralus. There I will seek the druid known as Falfindel Waywarder. What began as an attempt to explore the past of my people has turned into something much larger. The protection of the Alliance lies in my hands. So that's his body. He either fell off the Great Lift or they hunted him down and he almost made it, but he died there. Lone Brow's journal. You look as though you've traveled from far, dwarf. From your look of concern, I can tell that something is amiss.
You say you found this journal on a deceased dwarf? Give me but a moment to peruse the pages. Poor Heralath, and this dwarf, Lonebrow. What a brave soul he was.
Alright, unfortunately, that's a dungeon quest. I can't take that one, so we'll do Reclaiming the Charred Veil.
Albagorm was wise to send you with such urgency. Let us see if we cannot call forth aid from the great forest to travel to the Charred Veil before it is too late.
We must hurry. Let me grab this flight path real quick.
Where would you like to fly to?
So it seems like he's gonna call for aid from someone. Sell all this junk. Yeah, 25.7. Spirits of the forest, come forth and heed nature's call. Oh shit. Yo! This guy's a druid, bro. And a damn good one. Spirits of the forest, you are needed. Make haste to the Charred Veil. And off they go. They're gonna go help cleanse the land and, I guess, restore it to its lustful ways that it was before. Does he have a quest chain after this? I don't think so, right? I can hide that quest because it's a dungeon quest. Well, let's just make sure that's it.
Poor Herolath, and this dwarf, lone...
Yeah, if we could do this quest, we would get a pretty nice little shield, a gun for sale, actually a really nice belt. Wow, that belt is good. Double the armor of my current belt. Alright, let's go ahead and hearth, and we're going to get ready to wrap it up here. We need to get some training, but right now we're at 26 gold after I sell this shield. Just about.
We may have been suffering a drought, but there's no shortage of meat.
Crazy thing to say, bro. Let's sleep in this one tonight. Alright guys, we're going to call this one here for now. I will see you in the next one. Hopefully I'll get a chance to play a little more later tonight, but we'll see how that goes. So, thanks for hanging out. See you in the next one. Peace and love, and God bless gamers.